Hello and welcome. I'm here with Tomasz from Cilia. Now, Tomasz, you have something interesting to show us here at this media preview day. I give the mic to you and you give us a little presentation. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much. Okay, so my name is Tomasz and I'm the co-founder of Cilia. So here we to showcase the tool for creating the sound for virtual reality. So you can imagine that you can record the sound with multiple ambisonics microphone, put it between the musicians, and then you are able to create like a flying virtual microphone that can be anywhere in the space. So here we have an example that we captured the sound of the full orchestra, and we put the microphones like between the 2 meters, ambisonics microphones, 2 meters between each other. And in the software that we have, that you can also use on try on the VR headset, you are able to freely decide from which place you like to listen to the space. So you can be in the middle of musicians, you can be in the second row, 10th row, whatever you want. So that's so if you are the sound engineer, so you can also think about this solution like a virtual microphone that you can put anywhere in the space. So, yeah. So
great. So this works as a plugin, or is it a standalone software? Does it work with VST standards, or what are the common ways to use that?
Okay. Yeah. So at this moment we have a plugin for Max MSP and also WISE. So WISE is a sound game engine, but we're also preparing the VST plugin. Okay. So if you want to work, the main challenge is the limitation of the number of channels that we have in DAWs, because single ambisonic sound is like 16 channels, and in that recordings we have 600 channels that we have to process within a single rendering machine. Yeah?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So that means you can really trigger from many different angles, and you can set up so many microphones as well. Is that correct? So you have your own software for that to make that work. To have 600, you said.
Yeah, so for example,
600 is the maximum.
We use 30 ambisonics microphones, but then we process like 600 channels. Yeah.
Okay. 30 microphones. Wow, amazing. Would you like to show us a little of the software as well? Yeah.
Okay. So what we have here, we see the plugin, and also on the right hand side there is a visualization of the scene that we recorded. So in that scene we have 11 ambisonics microphone. You can see this with the circles. But in the software, what we can do, we have this pointer, and we can move the position of the listener or the virtual ambisonic microphone anywhere in the space, because the software itself interpolates the sound. So you can imagine that we can go inside or outside of the car. So we are able to interpolate the sound from the different environments. But also we are able to rotate the listener in any position. So then if you like to have like a virtual microphone that is closer to the wheel, you can adjust it to the wheels. But if you like to put the virtual microphone inside the car, so you can also do this. And without placing the real microphones, because everything you can do in the software. So thank you so much for listening, and if you like to know more about this technology and solutions, so you can go to our website, cilia.co, or you can just type the volumetric audio Cilia, and you can also find all the demos, software, everything you can download for free and test on your own. We have also example projects. Thank you so much.
All right, now I'm here with Tim from Endless.
Hi.
Tim, pleasure. You're the founder.
Correct.
Of this awesome product. I mean, you can already see it looks like one of these old gaming arcade machines, right?
Exactly.
But it does something more. Would you like to explain a little bit to us?
100%.
Yeah.
So this is the Beat Machine. It's the world's first beat-making arcade machine.
Wow.
It's built around our core software. So we are Endless. That's Endless with 3 S's. We started out as a software company. We launched an iOS app for collaborating live online, making music together. We launched a desktop app, and then one of our community members said, hey, what if that desktop app was in an arcade machine? No one actually thought it would happen, and it totally happened. Our mission is to make music making fun, build a bridge between music as games and music, actual legit music creation. So we've got 3 experiences here. We've got this beginner experience, which is built around a track by BT, the legendary EDM producer. Anyone can play this. Just hit the button to start, and you can instantly just start layering up loops. choose which loop you want to layer up. It automatically starts recording. It's recording me now. So I'm having my first experience building up a beat right now. I can't really go wrong, but I can change. I have a bit of control. Now it's giving me drums. I can select some drums to play around with. And here I'm layering down my first drum track. Now it's giving me some bass. And so on like that. So it's a super simple music making experience. If you've never made music, this could be your entry point. Next up, we've got the Sound Explorer. So this is built around some plugin products that BT has made. This is more for people who might have made music before, but want to have a mess around with some new products. It's a super fun, super instantaneous way to explore different sounds, explore different products, combine them, build layers. So I've got a metronome going here already. I can play some beats, layer these up. Now I can say try out one of these synth plugins. Create a new layer out of that. Let's say I want to start manipulating that. Dive in, try a different bass. I'm getting lost in it already. So that's a much more simple experience for building up music yourself. You might have had some experience as a musician, and then we've got the free play mode, which is our core endless software. It's kind of like a DAW that's optimized for live performance, but I won't go into that now.
Yeah, well, awesome. Tim, thanks you. That's a lot. Where can people find you? What website do you have?
So head to endlesswith3ss.fn. Also, we're here at Namm. We're at booth 10105. We're part of the Triple G Ventures crowd. So come and see us at Namm. Find us online, endlesswith3ss.fn.
Awesome. Thanks so much,
Thank
Tim.
you very much.
Pleasure.
Hey, what's going on? I'm Dre Demira, and this is the Positive Grid Spark Go. It's a tiny terror here, just 5 watts, but surprisingly loud. You have 4 preset buttons on the top, and the Spark app with over 33 amp models and 43 effects. It's also a Bluetooth speaker and gives you up to 8 hours of playing time on a full charge. It's in line with all of the other Spark products, the Spark Mini and the Spark 40. So if you have presets in the app, you can port those presets right over to Go straight out of the box. These start shipping at the end of May for $149. They're currently available for pre-order at $109. And you can find us on PositiveGrid.com and on socials at PositiveGrid. One other thing to note is that the Spark Go does have a headphone line out. You can connect it to a powered cabinet, and it works as an audio interface. So a bit of a jack of all trades, your new jam buddy. This ultra portable little beast sounds great, and it can turn any space into a jam space.
Salutations, I'm Rob Chapman from Chapman Guitars. We hail from Englandershire in the glorious town of Brighton. If you've been there, it's a beautiful place. If you haven't, don't bother coming. Chapman Guitars is a British guitar company. We've got some cool products for you. This Namm, which is pretty cool. I'm really excited to be back. Making sure my mic is in the right position. What I'm holding is the Ghost Fret. The Ghost Fret Pro is making a comeback. It's been on hiatus for a number of years, a few circulations around our star, and now it is returned for your delectation and delight. I hope you love it as much as I do. The really cool thing about the Ghost Fret, other than the fact that it's in Sonic Boom Blue, and it's a Carina light body, and it looks absolutely supreme, is that it's really versatile sounding. So if you dial it the correct way, you get more of a bluesy Americana. But then if you roll it in completely and give it everything that it really wanted you to give it, it's super, super creamy rock from this alternative 8 from Seymour Duncan. Man, it's a beautiful sound. Have an amazing Namm show. Please come and see us in Hall D, 5100. I'm Rob Chapman. We've got an amazing crew. Super happy. Thank you for being here and watching us.
So my name is Laurent Bernadac. Everything you find, you can hear me. I'm the founder of the company, which is called Varius, and we produce, maybe you can enter in the image, I can show you, electric violins. So this one is a 3D printed one, and with Azul Cello, our first cello artist, we produce and we present our prototype of cello this year. So this one, called the Varius, I can go inside a little bit more, is a 3D printed. Everything is personalized, the text, maybe you can show it closer. And we took 24 hours to print the violin, and after we produced the microphone, everything, and it took 20 days to have a fully printed violin. For the cello, it's a really different way. We also produce the pickup, so we have one pickup per string, we have strings also, but the body is in wood. It's not 3D printing. So we use hash wood, and you can use this new prototype with harness, handpin, and stand. We have 3 ways of doing this. You can find us on the 3D Varius, RB 9533 booth. The website is 3d-varius.com. We are from France. Thank you very much.
Hi there, I'm Christian Shire from SoundFlow. So if you don't know already about SoundFlow is a workflow automation platform for the creative industries. I started out as a sound designer many years ago, and I constantly got annoyed with, when I was doing something in Pro Tools, I would have to click with a mouse 25 times to do just a single little thing. SoundFlow is trying to be the solution to that. So it's a way where you can use devices like we have here, iPads, iPhones, and Stream Deck devices to get more stuff done during a day. So if you have an idea, you can just hit the button. It does stuff for you in Pro Tools or in iZotope or other DAWs, even all Mac apps, and it will help you stay within that idea that you're trying to get done. So you can do anything from simple things to more advanced macros. What we're announcing here at Namm this year is that we add now support for the Stream Deck Plus over here. So in addition to just firing off commands, you can actually control things that, like volume here. It's an integration with the Deadman system, so you can control matrices. You can use those knobs to control faders and Pro Tools and many other things. We're also adding support for Isotope RX, so we have all the different modules lined up here. And yeah, so SoundFlow as a platform is also a lot more than just installing something that works from us. We have a worldwide community of music producers and sound designers all sharing with each other what they've built. And that's a huge part of our model and our idea that we want to make it easier for people to help each other work more efficiently. And again, as I said, stay in the creative flow. One example of one of these things made by the community is Bounce Factory, made by Andrew Sheps, who's standing right over here, that you see here. So Bounce Factory is an app built inside SoundFlow that you can access from our store that allows you to automate mixes of entire records, like bouncing mixes. You can have hundreds of mixes for an entire record, all the variations, and Bounce Factory can automate all of that for you. Just one example of what's available via the SoundFlow platform. If you want to learn more about it, you can go to soundflow.org. That's our website. You can find us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at SoundFlow app. Yeah, and you can come find us at the booth in the Pro Audio Hall, booth 15429. So I hope to see you there. Thank you.
Hi there, this is Nick from Antelope Audio, and I'm very happy to show you our first ever loudspeaker. And you know, the company is well known for making high-end converters and audio interfaces, and I guess some of you may know us for our modeling mics, but so far, you know, we've never ever released anything like that, so we're super excited about this product. And I can confidently say that it combines, you know, the ears that we have in this industry and the technologies that we're so good at with something new. So it looks like a two-way loudspeaker, but actually it's a three-way loudspeaker, and in fact there's 4 drivers on the inside. The name of the loudspeaker is Atlas i8, and that stands for isobaric 8-inch driver. Now, what does that mean? Like, it's an old engineering idea, so we've not invented this, but basically what you see with this loudspeaker is that we're taking all the best practices that we know of, and we're trying to create something really good. So what does the isobaric design mean? It means that you don't have just a 1 8-inch driver here, but instead there's 2 of them working in conjunction. So there's one in the front and then one right after it, almost touching the first one. And the idea of that is that way we regulate the pressure behind the driver, and it means that actually from a box that is that big, from an enclosure that is not very large, in fact, you can get to a very low frequency and get a really extended bass response from this loudspeaker. And we think this is a great match for anyone who wants full range Atmos speakers. They're going to have brackets at the back, so they can actually wall mount them. And I haven't said this yet, but you will see at the back that we've got both digital and analog inputs. So the idea of this is that we've got something like a built-in Antelope Audio interface in the loudspeaker itself that can do equalization and room correction. And you can send your music straight into the loudspeaker through the digital input. Or if you're going through the analog one, that works at 192 kilohertz natively. So it's a really high-end speaker in a small box that is really capable. Now, a few other things here. I said it looks like a two-way speaker, but it's actually a three-way speaker. So other than the isobaric design with the 2 8-inch drivers for the low end, there is a coaxial driver on the top that does both mid and high frequencies. So this is actually 2 drivers in one. And one other really cool thing about this loudspeaker is that we designed the amplifier. Yeah. So the amplifier here is not just something we just purchased. It was very meticulously designed to have very low distortion and very, very, very good quality. The pricing is still a little bit vague. I don't want to commit to an exact figure here because we've not decided it, but we're looking at roughly $4,500 for a pair. And the release is at some point in Q2 of this year, but it depends on, you know, a few factors, but it shouldn't be that long from now. Please come and visit us. The booth number is 15312 is our booth. Come listen to the loudspeakers. We're going to have them on display, and you're going to be able to hear them. And yeah, if you want to check more about us, go to antelopeaudio.com. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Dudi. I came from Hong Kong. I'm with 1 volt per octave, and I brought to Namm show a semi-modular dissenter. It started as a Eurorack module, packed with multiple modules. It's a modular in modular. It's great for beginners and it's also great for performers. I packaged it in a semi-modular package. It's already available. You can look it up at the website 1v-oct.com, and the whole thing about that, it's you can take it to performance, and it multi-timbral. It it has polyphony, paraphony. It has built-in sound sources, wavetables. It started as a wavetable oscillator, but it also has rhythm generators, drum racks, MIDI. Now it comes with a MIDI module and amplifier that allows it to be in a single small package. It's a massive modular engine that can generate multiple sounds. Here for the demonstration purposes, I have a little bit of a bass line going with drums, and it's a Euclidean rhythm generator controlling nicely my drum rack. And we go. Built-in filter, multiple filters. It's a multi-filter, and many filters can be implemented at the same time with a massive resonance. This is ladder filter right now, 24 dB, and with delay, with also reverb, and wavetables are giving much more beefy sound with gliding. Let's turn resonance down. I brought this module. This is right now available, and everyone should enjoy it. It's also great for beginners and sound designers. You can start designing simple sounds. You can learn synthesis. You can do whatever you want with it. And that's what I wanted to present at Namm show, and I also will be presenting this at a super booth in Berlin later this year. Thank you so much.
Hey everybody, this is John Farrow with PV Electronics. We're here at Namm Media Day, and we're showing off our HP2 guitars with the new poplar burl tops and different finishes. This one is kind of a caramel finish, and this is a black translucent over here. And pretty sweet finishes and stuff on great guitars. And we also brought to Media Day our 1992 original 6505, which is pretty much a reissue of the original spec amp. The output transformer is the same spec as the original 1992, which is the one everybody seemed to love the most. And we got some updated part tolerances, so the amp's going to be, each amp is going to be more consistent than it was back then. And still has that great sound it always had, the high gain. But we only brought a couple things to Media Day because, you know, we got a very small space, but we're up in booth 210 and 210A, excuse me. So everybody come on by if you're here, and if you're not here, go to pv.com and check us out. All right, thank you.
All right, how you guys doing? My name is Patrick Flores. I'm here with Eventide, and we're showing off our new flagship effects pedal. This is the Eventide H90. It can run 2 algorithms at the same time and flexible routing with 10 new algorithms, and basically it's just a really cool inspiration machine. You can turn any knob you want and go to a cool sound. that will inspire you to write a really cool hit song. So, for example, we have a new algorithm here called Polyphony, which is our new polyphonic 2-voice pitch shifter. You can play a full chord, and then if I take active, it sounds like this. And it'll track my bends using the SIF technology, instantaneous tracking. On top of that, we have other new algorithms, something that's a bit more bread and butter, like Weed Whacker, which is our new Tube Screamer style algorithm. And if you like how that's sounding and want to add some reverb, you can totally do that. So thank you for checking out the new H90. If you want to learn more, go to eventideaudio.com or follow us on social at Eventide Audio. The H90 is out now. You can buy it at your favorite dealers anywhere, and it goes for $8.99. Let us know on social if you want to check out anything else, and check us out at Namm.
Hey, this is Yamaha at Namm Show 2023, 1923, wow, 2023. 1923. So we're here introducing the new FG9 acoustic guitar. I'm here with Jake and Jordan, and it's a pure acoustic guitar, I'll call it. Adirondack spruce, African mahogany on one model, and Indian rosewood on the other model. Ain't it pretty? It's pretty, it's pretty. And this is a global launch as of today, as of right now. You'll probably see it online. You'll probably see it at some dealers who are promoting it and advertising it. You'll definitely see it in media. And you'll see it in a bunch of videos with Jordan and I. Yeah, absolutely. So actually, YamahaUSA.com. And then visit that FG9 on that site. And then come see us at the Yamaha booth. Jake and Jordan will be on stage performing live. And I think we should get a performance in right now. Let's do a little something,
All right.
Okay?
All right. Well, Squirrel Hunters.
What else you got?
Cattle on the Cane.
Yeah. Yamaha's FG9. Come to the booth, at the Yamaha booth, pick one up, and you'll play like these guys.
So now we're here with I Want That Voice, one of the founders, Grace. How are you, Grace?
Doing good.
That's awesome here. Now this is a new platform that focuses on connecting songwriters and producers with vocal talents, singers, and so on. Grace, would you like to tell us a little bit about it, what you can do, and what's there to expect on the platform?
We're trying to help people who can sing, and all those songwriters or producers are looking for voices to try to connect them together. So if you think you can sing, I think you should get on the platform, because there might be a songwriter looking exactly for your voice.
Wow, that sounds great. So that's basically, if I have something written in the song and I can sing myself, can I find someone on your platform for that?
That's exactly the idea.
Wow, that's great. So everybody that's not so talented in singing can now find their voice. Is that what I understand, right?
I hope they are talented.
All right. So are you also accepting people registering on your website already?
Yes, so if you think you can sing, maybe a songwriter is rating for you. So please go to iwanthatvoice.com and register.
All right. I will check that out. Looks very cool. Thanks a lot, Grace.
You're welcome. Okay, if you come to iwanthatvoice.com right now, you will see that we have different categories. Like we have categories for singers, categories for people who are background vocalists, voiceovers. So if you're a songwriter, there's all the different categories. So if you could just keep scrolling down and register yourself under that category, and we'll try to match you up. Right now, for Namm 2023, we're running a special. It's free for all Namm attendees to get our standard membership, which is usually $9.99 a month to get it for free. So register now with iwanthatvoice.com.
How you doing? My name is Steve Chavez. I'm joined with Michael Fiore here at the Fender Audio Media booth here at Namm 2023. We're going to walk you through our brand new Fender Riff, which is a Bluetooth speaker with 6 speakers, 4 mid-range, 2 tweeters, and 2 bass radiators on the side. It comes with a real maple wood top, so each speaker is unique, where we have touch controls, volume, bass, and treble. You can take your finger and slide on the top of the device and control the sound. It also has a whole bunch of small details like a guitar pick grill, interchangeable straps that you can switch out for long and short and different variations. It's water resistant, has a 30-hour battery, and it also features a guitar port, bass, electric, acoustic. If you have a passive guitar, we have a line boost as well. You can pair 2 or 100 of them together to give you that amazing Fender sound. So we launched it today. It's available for $469 at fenderaudio.com and fender.com, and we'll be at booth 11902 here at the Namm Show.
10902.
10902 at the Namm Show. Booth 10902 at the Namm Show.
Terry, I come to you. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Terry, this is such a pleasure here today. Right. You have a guitar. Is it a signature guitar that you came up with, or what is it? Yeah. Why don't we have a look at it? And yeah.
So what it is once upon a time, right? Yeah, I had a. We all have these guitars, right? But I had a 1952 Telecaster, right? Which is original one from the original factory when they threw things together, you know. So I love that guitar. I bought it in Chicago for $300, you know, when you can buy things, right? So I lived with that guitar, took it all over the world, and played it. And then I finally decided, you know what? It's worth so much money. It's hard to carry it, take it around. And I love it, but there's other things I want. You know, there's too many things, right? So a friend of mine, Joe Bonamassa.
Oh, yeah, very familiar.
Who has a couple of guitars.
Yeah.
You know, he collects a few. Called me up. I was going to sell it. And everybody went, oh, it's not original. Oh, it's not this. I said, yeah, but it's got blood on it. And look, you know, that's original. This is Chicago and this is me, you know. I said, you don't understand. This is an original guitar. And so all these people, they don't want to pay the money. Joe says to me, I'll give you this amount of money. Are you really serious? And I said, yeah. He said, I'll give you this amount of money. Ton of money, right?
Yeah.
And I went, I said, well, it's cash, isn't it? Yeah. And he goes, yeah. I said, I think you bought yourself a guitar. So he came up the next day, bought the guitar, loved the guitar.
Wow.
And out of that, we got a great friendship, right?
Whoa.
I ended up going to sing with him on a couple of gigs. Yeah. Right? He said, come and sing with the band and everything. And a lot of the band I know as well. Right?
Yeah.
So this all turns into a whole thing. And he said to me, if you ever want to use the guitar, it'll always be your guitar, right? So just let me know and I'll bring it along.
Oh, nice.
You can play it. Yeah. So that's very unusual because
it is.
You never, if you sell a guitar, you're lucky to ever see it again, let alone the person playing it, right? Yeah. So this all worked out good. So just after that, Paletti, this great company, right? We got it. You got to see the headstock. There we go.
There it is.
So Paletti, these guys, we'd been talking and working on designing guitars and a couple of different things. And they suddenly came to me with the idea of making a faithful replica of the original one. And I wrote the book that goes with it. That explains all the years and that you played it, right? So it's like it's a good thing.
Yeah.
And they made such a good job of it. I mean, the neck...
It looks awesome.
The neck
I love it,
I'll tell you, the neck is more or less exact of what the neck of my original one was.
Yeah.
And they wrote a great note in there. I didn't see that before. They're like...
Oh yes, celebrating the life of Terry Reid.
Yeah,
Isn't
yeah,
that wonderful?
I didn't see that.
What a memorable message.
That wasn't on my other one.
Oh, wonderful. Well, that's really honoring you.
So
That's so great.
Different things. And then it's a signature thing I do now. Put a brass block in the
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
That helps you tune in and the sustain.
Wow.
And it's really...
So how many times you had to kind of remanufacture to get it right, where you said, I like it now, I think it's right? Was it a long process, or how did that work?
We got together. I sent them some dimensions.
Okay.
And ideas of what I did want and what I didn't want. Like from the old one, because of knowing the old one. I play so many Telecasters.
Yeah.
Like new ones that even the Fender ones, that they just don't get it right. Yeah. Either the finish is too thick and the neck's too thin, or vice versa.
So all the details.
All those details, and the wood wasn't right. But you see, Pellet has got this incredible rig that's made from wine casks.
It looks wonderful.
150-year-old wine casks, right?
Amazing.
Yeah.
I love it, the way it looks.
So you can't get old wood anymore. Yeah. You're not allowed.
Yeah.
You know, so
amazing.
They really got a great job going here, right? So
wow.
I'm happy with it. You know, it's great.
I'm honored too. That's wonderful. Now, thank you so much.
So now we're going to look for some more guitars.
Yeah. Well, that's what we do at the Namm. Terry, this is such a pleasure. Yeah.
Yeah, great. Give my love to
wonderful.
Austria.
All right, and now we're here with Christian. Pleasure, Christian.
Pleasure to meet you.
Wonderful. Now, guitars, humbuckers, and a unique style. Reminds me a little bit of a mix between jazz and something modern. What is it really? Would you like to introduce your company, a little bit about yourself and the new guitar that you have on the market? Yeah.
Absolutely, and you're pointing into the right direction. Because Magneto Guitars is a company that was born in France.
Okay.
That's where we're located. In 2008, we started by doing custom guitars. And by 2017, we decided to do a import type of line.
Okay.
Because we got more and more demand, so the decision was to be taken, which direction do we want to go, etc., etc. So we broadened up our designs. I am the head of the design. I'm also the owner of the company. And I also supervise the production.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Just speaking of the design, when you say designer, when you start a guitar like this, do you start with a wood or do you start with a computer model these days? Or what's usually the best approach that you would go? I have no idea, or never asked actually a designer. I thought that might be something people would like to know to get into that.
Listen, it used to be paper first. Yeah. But now I'm working with computers. Because you throw less paper away, right? And once it feels good, because you can also visualize them in 3D.
In 3D, yeah, these days.
And once it feels good and the calculations are good and it seems to be a concept that might be sounding all right, because we're doing shapes that are not yet existing. We take inspiration from the past, we have a strong inspiration from some US designs, but also from some European designs.
Oh, great.
We try and mix that and create some retro futuristic designs. So on this show, we are showing this new guitar here.
Yeah, please.
Starlux.
Awesome.
The Starlux is basically...
it has a starry look, though. I can see,
exactly,
so it does.
Basically, the idea was to bring a concept out of the 50s into the new century.
Yeah.
What I mean by that is there are design elements that would point you into the, say, jazz master direction or, say, surf guitar, but it's not. What we did here, we wanted to make a guitar that is clearly down to the roots rock and roll guitar. So we decided to do something differently. We wanted to combine a vintage style tremolo or vibrato to a body shape that was going to be new, and especially that this body shape was going to be semi-hollow.
So, I can see, it is semi-hollow,
We are using bass woods for this ones, which keeps the guitar pretty light. In terms of hardware, in terms of neck, we are using hard rock maple. For the fingerboard, we're using Indian rosewood. We use a 12-inch radius. That's the modern side of this instrument. Also modern is the bridge, which uses roller saddles, which is important to keep such type of vibrato in tune.
Okay.
A bow nut and locking tuners around the pitcher. So with this guitar, you can do different styles of guitar. It doesn't have to be surf music or whatever. It is meant to be a versatile instrument. That's what it is. And that's the Starlux.
Wonderful, that's great. Now the most important question for me, is this a limited edition? Is this a single piece, or are there certain amounts, or is this going...
It's going into series.
It's going into series, okay. When is it available for the public, and any information on pricing so far?
Available in the US around June, July.
June, July, okay.
Yeah.
Price point we're looking at?
$999.
Oh wow, very affordable for such a modern guitar. It uses humbuckers, I can see.
Yeah.
So
the humbucker are designed, they're a mix between the PAF with open covers, because we use open covers because you can catch more of the higher end of the tone of the strings.
All right.
So this is it. This is a Starlux.
All right. And when can people hear it? You have a booth where you demo it at the Namm. And what's the booth number? And
we will hug them. We will.
That's great.
Show them the guitar.
Awesome.
It's 4320.
4320.
Yes, we are
booth
with
number.
Our US distributor called Lion and Healy.
Healy, yeah. All right, great. Well,
thank you very much for
big
your time.
pleasure. Absolutely. Thank you. All right, now we're here with Jake. Jake, this is a pleasure. Wonderful. You have a guitar that can do some magic and stuff, and you would like to demo that to you?
Yeah, we have the Railroad Smart Guitar this year, and we bring it to the Namm show this year.
Awesome.
And as you can see, the guitar is designed to help the guitar beginners to learn easily, and at the same time to help the teachers to teach easily.
This is awesome. So it has all like a screen on it, almost like color code, so you can.
Yes, by the
wonderful
RGB lighting fretboard.
RGB lighting.
Okay. RGB lighting fretboard. It tells you how to play the chord. It shows it's connected to our mobile app, and you can choose the chords, the scales, the C major.
The scales.
C major scales, and then it shows up on the fretboard with the lights.
Yeah. So it comes with a guitar. It comes with an app and some learning tools and software for that?
Yes,
tutorials?
Yes, that's right. And we have dedicated courses in the app, and you can play along and teach you how to play. And the lights tells you if you are playing wrong or right.
Oh, right, it really does. So how many songs you got in the library so far, if people want to get started?
We have about like 20.
20 songs at the moment?
And we are adding more features in the future. It's still a prototype, but...
okay, great. Yeah, awesome. There's also almost something like reminds me on an iPod or something like that. So that's something you can turn up the volume and some music to play along with that? Or what is features does it do?
There's a
performance
mode.
Okay.
Learning mode.
Yeah.
And when you do the performance, the lights, when you play along, the lights will flash. Goes by when you're strumming, it flash faster. And with the learning mode, and the same thing, I just tell you that it can show you the chords.
Okay.
Scales. Yeah.
In case you play something with your fingers, does it also show you or recognize what chord is played?
Yes.
It can do that. So if you, for example, if your fingers are off or something, it tells you like you're on something like...
Yeah, it tells you when you play it. If you choose a scale,
Yeah.
And when you play a low, it's not on the scale.
Okay.
It shows the red light.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Great. Yeah, awesome. Would you like to play something a little bit? Did you practice something already with the software or so? Something to show to us a bit how it works or so? One of the songs of the 20? Oh, awesome. Thank you so much. Jake, pleasure to meet you. Yeah, what's your booth number if people want to check it out?
Yeah, it's 4324.
4324. Product is already out?
Yes, we already handle that.
All right. And what's the price point?
The price, we don't have it yet.
Okay, so it's, when's
in October.
October, yeah.
About 600.
Oh, all right. Something around that. All right, guys. Check it out. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Yeah.
Hey, it's Chris and Peter from Audeze Headphones. We're here talking about the new MM100 headphone that we're just releasing today. This is a $399 professional headphone for mixing and production work. It's basically a scaled down version of a headphone we released last year called the MM500. Both of which we worked on with 17-time Grammy winner Manny Marroquin. And this is a headphone that we've produced with him, kind of aimed at the production bedroom producer market and podcasters, people who don't have the budget for a $1,700 headphone.
Yeah, so Manny has worked with Audeze headphones for many years, and last year that culminated with the release of his MM500 headphone, which has been very successful. He's been working with us on tuning the headphones, using them both in his studio and when he travels on the road. And his standard for what makes a good production headphone is that he can mix an entire song on the headphones and then come back to the studio, play it back, and have everything sound exactly where he'd expect it to be. So these headphones, like the MM500, live up to that standard for him, and we're really excited to offer this product that's more accessible. We're calling it studio trusted sound for everyone here at $399 with the Audeze MM100. You can try the MM100 here at Namm at the Audeze booth, and the headphone is available now on our website for pre-order. Should be shipping in 6 to 8 weeks. And again, the MM100, it's $399 at audeze.com, AUDEZE.com.
Since you get me in the video, I thought we're going to do this together. Okay. First of all, Roger, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Very nice. We're here having a new product for guitarists. Right. Yeah, something very compact. It's called the Jam. Is that correct?
Absolutely, yes.
And I think our viewers would love to hear more about it. And
sure.
You are the specialist for that.
Interesting enough, this is our 4th generation of Jam. It's called Jam X. And I truly believe it is the best version.
Okay.
The big thing that we added was analog compression.
Okay.
And that really is the key to getting a great virtual amp sound.
Okay. When you say analog compression, is this happen in the device itself?
Yes, it is in the device.
That's, I think, a big important thing. Not a plug-in or anything.
It's not a plug-in.
It's in the device.
It is an analog hardware compressor kind of on the input.
Wow, great.
Yeah. And so you've actually got 3 presets.
3 presets
that give kind of some different flavors. Okay. And one of them we've modeled a little bit after a very famous blue stomp box.
Okay.
That's a really well-known stomp box compressor.
All right.
The others are more suited to, let's say, a keyboard, and there's one that we kind of really optimized for bass, and then one for guitar.
Okay, great.
And even without a virtual guitar amp, just that clean sound of the guitar with some compression really works great.
So speak about it. You can hook up a guitar. Yeah. You mentioned the bass.
Absolutely.
Bass as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
Also, a keyboard instrument.
Keyboard
it really has
as well.
It really has.
It's really universal. It's not specifically for guitar.
We certainly market it for guitar, but it is for anything.
Okay. Yeah. That's important too.
Absolutely.
Great. Why don't we look into it then a bit? Yeah.
So it connects to Mac, Windows, or iPad.
Okay, great.
So it can connect directly to your iPad C, USB-C.
Yeah. That's great.
And
it's very handy these days. Everybody likes to be mobile and run around or travel.
Yeah. And so we're also shipping an extended demo of the Archetype Tim Henson plugin from Neural.
Okay.
In fact, our launch video that you'll see on our website is with Tim Henson.
Okay.
He's just you either know Tim Henson and are amazed by him, or are just discovering him.
So definitely check it out.
A new guitar player.
Yeah. You have video stuff from him or with him together online on
yes.
your website?
Yes.
Okay.
He did our launch video.
Something to check out.
He's actually, his impressions, he did a kind of a reaction video on his website.
Right.
So
Okay,
a little bit of a collaboration.
We put your web link in there too, yeah. That's all right. Cool.
Basically, this plugin has 3 separate voicings, as it were. This is a really interesting acoustic, what would I call it? Emulation. Plug in your electric guitar, and it really gives a convincing acoustic sound. This is kind of a very clean setup, and then the third is obviously kind of into the overdrive kind of tones.
So this is the version that comes with the the device.
With the device, absolutely. I also do like to point out it's a complete audio interface. So you do have the instrument input, but you also have a really high quality headphone output.
So we work with any DAW basically. Whether
Any
it's
DAW.
really Cubase, Studio One, or all the common ones, the Logic and Okay, that's great.
Super simple device.
Definitely look forward looking into it. Thanks so much, Roger.
All right.
Appreciate it. All right, and now here with Young. Young, it's a pleasure.
Young Fire. Nice to meet you.
Awesome. Now this is about beat battle.
Yes.
Yeah, and for everybody who doesn't know what beat battle is, you like sharing a little bit with us?
Sure. So beat battling is normally done in person, but this is all online. So you can battle anytime, anywhere across the world. Basically, one producer submits a beat. It sits in a pool of open battles. Another producer joins that, and then other producers get to vote, and fans get to vote on the battle after a 5-day period.
Wow.
The winner is announced, and then they win points and prizes and all that stuff.
That sounds exciting. Now, what do you have to demo here at the NAMM?
So at NAMM, I actually have the whole process right here on our iPad. Yeah. So I can show you. This is the pool. If you start a battle, this is the open battle right here. A person could join right here. Once they join the battle is now live and both beats are revealed. Now everybody can listen. You have to listen to a minimum of 30 seconds per side. Once you've listened, you can vote. After 5 days, the winner is announced. 10 points to the winner, minus 5 points to the loser. Whoever is winning gets another chip towards being the top producer on the site. So
awesome. Now, Young, if you have never done this before, how would you get started for all newcomers interested in beat battle?
Well, hopefully you're already a producer, so you would have beats ready to go.
Okay, so requirement 1, beats. You need to have beats. Produce them. Use Ableton, any DAW, Cubase, or
anything. You could just be a fan as well if you just want to listen to music and vote on battles. You can come in and you can just vote, right? But if you're a producer, then you need to have beats.
Beats. Okay, so let's say I have a beat. I'm able to export this as an audio file or something?
Yeah.
Okay. What's the next step?
Then you would upload it right here.
Okay, you go on the website.
Yeah.
Is it a website or app or?
Yeah, you would sign up on. It's a website. So it's audiobox.com.
All right.
AUDEOBOX.com.
Audiobox.com. Okay. So you go. You upload.
You make an account, and then you upload your beat, and then you're sitting in that pool where we just started at.
All right. Yeah. Any qualifications to know or anything about that? Are there different categories, criteria, or things like that to know?
Of course. So every battle is separated by category. So pop versus pop, trap versus trap, R&B. So you're not getting mismatched categories.
All right.
We also have charts for each genre. So the top producer, top pop producer, top.
All right.
Competing for. Yeah.
So once I upload my stuff, what you guys do, what's going on in the back end to give a little idea, and what can people expect? Do you hear back from them, or what are the next things?
So after, it takes 5 days, and I'll show you what it looks like here. Boom. So after the beat is in, if you press play on one of these beats, you'll notice we have a little cube right here that's active to the sound. So this guy's a little quiet, but boom. You see that it reacts to the sounds of the beat. So that's one of the interactive things while you're battling. It's kind of doing its cool little thing. And then it's just sitting there in the way that you can promote it. You can go out, send it to your friends. Like, hey, come vote and battle. Other people are commenting on yours. We have our own emojis saying, that's cool beat, hot beat, or whatever. And then you're just waiting to win.
Wow, that's great. So now one more question. What about the integration social media? Is there something like people can stream that on the favorite channels, anything from YouTube up to TikTok or whatever is modern?
Yeah, you can share directly to Twitter or Facebook because those are link shareable apps. We're working on, when we get to our app version, a clip share version where you can share a clip of your battle to TikTok and to Instagram. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, that's great. So everybody wants to get started. I think we gave a good intro. Thank you so much, Young. Appreciate that. Have a great NAMM.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Mark from Easy Acoustics. We are an acoustic company based in Miami, Florida. We want to introduce a new product we designed for this year. This is the group panel that we usually have, but this kind we can apply any kind of finish of stone or also metal. Also, when it's installed, it's seamless. So here you can see 3 panels, but none of them you see any seam, so it's continuous. And also another panel we are introducing this year is this one. It's the flexible boot, so you can flex anything. If you need any column to wrap or any crazy shape of the ceiling, you can do anything you want. Also, you can visit our website, easyacoustics.com, for more information about our products.
Hi, I'm Joe Bull. Company is Joeco. What we make is multi-channel recorders, multi-channel recorders for both the sort of audio industry and the video industry. So here we have a 64-channel recorder. Yeah, the one underneath is a 24-channel unit. This one is a 24-channel unit that has 24 mic amps built in, and also has an interface through to a computer as well if you wish. They can all utilize our iPad app, which just gives you simple metering and machine control. Yeah. And then down here we have a new product that we're just launching at the NAMM show. Won't be available for another 6 months or so. It's basically called Bandmate. It's for doing live assist backing track playback for small bands, who want to go out, and it preloads the song so that effectively when it receives the trigger, it then starts playing back the backing track for you automatically. That we're hoping will become available Q4. Any more information, then look at www.joeco.co.uk, and wherever it is, up there. Look at the logo. Up there. Brilliant. Thank you very much.
Hi, this is Tim from Nektar. We are at NAMM 2023 and we are launching, or announcing, not launching, the Panorama CS12 controller. This is a channel strip controller for your DAW. We're running it with Logic right now. Those people who know about the Panorama series, one of the big things about Panorama was the way that it integrates with the DAW, but also has direct plugin mapping, and it does it through the DAW. The problem we had in the past is that we couldn't do that with every DAW. It was difficult due to limitations. We've now worked around those limitations, and what you're seeing here is Logic's. Look, it doesn't matter whether it's Logic's plugins or third parties. All of it's going to be supported in the same way. The plugin maps basically bring the plugin out to life in hardware. What you see down here is essentially Logic's channel strip with sends, and there's a master control. You've got the motorized fader for selected track, selected pan. We've got transport controls, navigation, so what we call extended transport. You can see it's highly extended. There's the VU meter for the audio as well. And because our maps are color coded, if I wanted to control Logic's EQ, I press the blue button, which is color coding for an EQ category, and you can see straight away we've got Logic's EQ, and you'll notice that the color coding of the parameters matches up with the color coding in Logic. So if I turn on by pressing the button here, you can see that I can now control Logic's low pass filter. And I know that I'm doing that without even looking at the screen because I've got this nice red strip of controls. When you want to get to the other 4 bands, so there's 8 bands in this EQ, just press the upper to get to the upper bands. And of course, if you make tweaks in an EQ, that boosts up the overall volume, so it's always handy to be able to go to the master level and tone that down a little bit as well. So you can see this is very deeply integrated, and we're talking about one plugin here. Each plugin we map and we treat it like a custom controller, if you like, for those plugins. If I want to go to the compressors labeled red, so or dynamics plugins generally. So here's Logic's compressor, and I can tweak and adjust just the compressor here. I've got a limiter down the side, which is coded yellow. It's very easy and quick to find your way around the selected channel strip in Logic. Now, it's nice that you can have these labels and navigate the plugin that way. I do speak to some mix engineers though who aren't so interested in plugin tactile control, largely because they know their way around the DAW so well and they're lightning fast at working with the mouse, which I totally get. And for those guys, all you're really missing is like a high resolution touch sensitive control like our fader. And I think it's a waste to force the fader to be at the track control, the track volume. So what we've got here is a select button. A lot happens when you press the select button, but ultimately what it means is whatever I select inside by clicking on the mouse, whatever I select, I can control that now with the motor fader. Whatever I click. So it doesn't have to, the mouse doesn't have to stay there. You click on the control and the last automated parameter, or the last parameter selected for automation, is what you're controlling with this control, and also with this control. It's very fine resolution. If we go turn off select, you can see here I can do literally 0.1 of a dB. And there's also further fine adjustment with holding the fine button down and using the encoder as well. And back in select mode, also want to show you automation modes. If I hold down the automation button, doing this all with one hand, which is a little bit tricky, but never mind. We've got something proprietary to Nektar. This isn't a Logic feature, this is a Nektar feature. It's Auto Touch. And what Auto Touch does, when you've got, select is great for selecting and tweaking parameters. But when you want to automate it, it's very easy to accidentally leave automation on. I know I've done that in the past, and it's a pain then to have to go and erase that automation afterwards. So Auto Touch enables automation when you touch the fader, and then disables automation and returns it to read mode, if you like, when you release the fader. So you touch it and you release it. So I can go in and select my parameters with the mouse like this, tweak it away until I'm happy. And when I'm ready to do some automation, let's do some distortion here, I'll just touch the fader and control it. And there you have it. I've taken my finger off the automation, then it goes back to where it was before. Again, tweak away until I'm happy, find the level I want to automate at, touch it, bring it down. And there you have the automation recorded. So you can imagine it's lightning fast. If you're that guy that works with the mouse, it's a lightning fast workflow. You've got tactile control in one hand. I've got a microphone in this hand, so I can't quite show you it. But you've got tactile control with one hand on the mouse, one hand on the controls, and then Auto Touch allows you to automate anything at the touch of a fader. So there you go. So this is the Panorama CS12. It's going to be available, we hope, by August. Initially launching with Logic Pro support only. We're going to stagger the DAW releases to do the product justice so that we can market it properly and show you the features with the DAW that it's controlling. We're looking at a map price in the US of $399.
Hi, welcome to the NAMM Show 2023. I'm Rich Mathai with Prosocoustic, and we're here this year to showcase our Wave Pro Series panels. Our Wave Pro Series panels feature rock wool insulation, but more than that, we cut a diffusion pattern right into our frame that goes behind the rock wool. What that does is that enhances the absorption qualities, making it more effective than rock wool on its own. That means we're the most effective broadband panel available. Also, as you saw, there are machine screw inserts already in the panel at the factory, which allows us to take the guesswork out of the mounting. It's a single 18-inch Z-clip to mount it, but with the extra holes to mount it flat on the ceiling. Or, as you can see, you can suspend it from the ceiling, put it on a freestanding foot for a gobo, and all without damaging any part of your panel. Beyond that, all of our fabric that you see, we don't use any glues or staples. Our fabric is replaceable and changeable. It comes with sewn corners that allows you to just slip it on. Excuse me, it's a lot easier with two hands. To put it into place. And on the back side, we have a track running around it that uses a standard screen spline. So right here, and it's like cutting a pizza to put it in. Which means you can update your color or your picture at any time. Speaking of picture, all of our images are customer provided images, so we can literally print whatever you want. Some people want their images to stand out. Some people want their images to blend in. So you can have it either way and change it at your leisure. Once again, thanks for checking us out. I'm Rich Mathai with Prosocoustic. Have a great NAMM 2023.
This is a pleasure to meet you. There, I'm Robert.
Hi, Robert.
You've got something interesting at the NAMM 23, and we are all curious about it. So would you like to share a little bit with our audience?
So we are very happy to share Autoline 2.
Yeah.
Which has been in development for quite a bit. But the first one was released back in 2010, so it's been 13 years since the first version.
Okay, great.
The number one question we received from my users is in the first version is how do I go about it?
Okay.
How do I route it? Like which mic to align to which mic, what noise floor, what to do about it. So with version 2, we took all these questions out of the box of the questions.
Yeah.
More questions. You just put it on all your tracks, like I have here.
Yeah.
And all I have to do is just click one button.
Oh wow, wonderful, yeah.
And that's it, it's done. Autoline detected automatically.
Okay.
That have drums and bass and guitars, and automatically align them. And
so this IC is integrated in Studio One, or is it a VST plugin, or does it work with any DAW? Or
we support all the DAWs. It's VST3, it's audio unit.
Okay.
And also AX plugin as well.
Okay, so you have this as an effect insert or something in on each track? Or what is usually the way to handle that? Yeah, so in order to sync something.
So Autoline 2 also works with ARA. That allows us to get all the files ahead of time.
Yeah.
So this is an ARA instance, and the way we sort of integrated ARA into their stuff, it's very integrated into the software, so it feels like part of the workstation. And this is what we see here. Also, we have access to all the inserts from one UI, so you see all the channels from one interface.
Yes.
Another new thing that we're bringing in is stuff that we developed for Autoline Post, our post-production conversion.
Okay.
Also, spectral phase correction. So sometimes if you use filters in the recording that may push some bands later than others, we correct that as well automatically.
Okay.
And we also do absolute phase, which makes sure that sounds that were pushed forward are being pushed forward and not taking the speaker.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and we have. For advanced users, we have advanced features. You can move stuff later and back. If you want to have some kind of different alignment, or you want to have
so
delayed alignment, but still have.
You have a couple options there. Okay.
You can do multi-mono. It supports also works with surround.
Yes.
Right. So if the correlation meter that shows the correlation of the tracks. So this is how it was before. Classic comb filtering, and after the correction, We're in positive correlation across all the bands. This is this view. And this, you can zoom in if you like. See that. Right, so before and after. And if you'd like to hear how it sounds like, so off, on. Right? So you see here how much cancellation is going on.
It makes a big difference actually, even in the sound, not just in alignment. It feels like a lot richer and more bass.
Because what's happening is when it's aligned, you really listen, you really hear what you captured with the mics. You don't have all the cancellations.
Oh, I see.
Sound. That's why everything sounds so full. We don't.
So it doesn't cancel things out anymore.
Exactly. We don't do any EQ. It's just this is what it is.
Awesome. Yeah. It's amazing what difference it makes. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Yeah, it's quite an update. Yeah, isn't it? That's awesome.
Update, yeah.
Wow, that's great. Well, we'll definitely look into that. Thanks for sharing that. I will also put in your website in the description so people can read about that and can exchange contacts. So we thank you so much, Near, once again.
Hello, my name's Daniel and I'm with Traction at NAMM 2023. Today I'll be taking you through Waveform 12.5. This is a free update for all of our Waveform 12 users. So video editing, you can now drag and drop video files directly from the browser into the edit. We can drag several clips in at a time onto separate tracks. And as we move the playhead across, video follows. We can perform basic editing tasks such as splitting. We can resize clips. We can fade the audio on a clip, or we can perform crossfade simply by just dragging clips on top of each other. If you want to process the audio further, you can quickly unpack that by extraction and then add in one of our many effects plugins. What makes it really interesting is the ability now to be able to split stems. So we have a video trailer here. We're now able to extract certain elements from that. It could be the drums, bass, vocals, or something else. In this example, I'm going to extract all. I'm going to keep the dialogue and keep the effects and lose the music and then try and rescore that piece. So once we perform that operation, we're left with something that looks pretty much like this. Here's the original. You can hear the sound effects, the dialogue, the music all together. And here we have the separated stems.
And they called it one inconvenient location since 1851.
So now we have clean dialogue track, and we've got two clean sound effects tracks.
Seen anything like this before?
So we can now go back and essentially rescore this. We've done this here using our new instrument. This is going to be released in about a month's time. It's a player. It's going to be compatible with all Biotech 2 content, and we're going to be releasing some exclusive sound packs for it too.
It's just a dream I had. This was recorded on the device in question.
So the final thing that makes the video video functionality much better is the export options. When you render to a file, you can now export directly to 4K. And something that's really cool is the ability to render and replace audio in an existing video. So if your client's giving you an 8K video, you don't want to load it up in your DAW, it's going to slow you down. We can export render that audio directly to a video that's sitting on our drive somewhere. So it's a real nice feature. Moving on, we're going to take a quick look at the remix tools that come with 12.5. If you've used DJ software, you're probably more familiar with colored waveforms, so we've added this functionality. So colors are based on the frequency spectrum. You can quickly see intros, build-ups, breakdowns.
Not normalized.
A variety of DJ tools are on hand, such as 2-channel mixers, 4-channel mixers, 4-channel smart mixers. And with just a little bit of automation, we can get some pretty nice tight mixes.
If you listen to the now this is the normalizer that turned up to max level of the normal.
Okay, so seamless mixing between tracks, super easy. Something else that ties into this is the ability now to just drag and drop audio in, and it's auto synced. So you'll now see here, as it renders, it snaps to the project tempo. So this track will now play perfectly in sync with the tracks, and we've loaded this onto deck 4. Again, going back to this split stem feature, this ties in really nicely with the DJ tools. So here is that track. That's the full mix. The drums, vocals, bass. So this works really nicely with the DJ remix features. I mean, there's a certain aspect of this vocal at the end I really liked, so I just made a simple cut. We've dragged that over and looped it. So yeah, those are the two biggest features for Waveform 12.5. You'll also find a host of UI refinements and workflow improvements. Should be releasing this within the next month. And the biggest thing is a complete free update for all our Waveform 12 users, so be sure to check it out. Thanks for watching.
Hi, I'm Ben Kaufman with 3D Music, here with my business partner.
Hi, I'm Matthew Cannell.
And we make acoustic violins with a 3D printer. Our target audience is students and children who are wanting to get interested in violins, or people who want something a little bit more durable, a little bit less humidity sensitive, that can just deal with environmental changes, lack of padding, lack of a case. We have a couple of people who wanted them for camping, and they're pretty good for that. Our whole goal for these is they're available in pretty much any color you want, as you can see behind us on the wall, and they're relatively affordable, starting at around $200 for a kid size, up to about $400 for 15.5-inch viola. We're currently adding more sizes as well, up to a 16-inch viola, and we're working on a cello to come. And our biggest advantage is they are just a little bit quieter as well. So for parents who want their kids to play violin but don't want to have to hear the violin all the time, it's a nice benefit.
For more information, you can find us at 3dmusic.org, and our Instagram is at 3dprintedmusic.
my name is Rafael Batista. I'm a violinist and producer. I'm from Brazil, and I'm so surprised with that violin. That's so cool, especially if you plug your pickup. That's amazing violin, amazing size, and the good thing, you can customize that, what color you want, everything. That's so great violin. I really love that. And I live in USA, LA, and I'm so surprised, and I'm excited to get my print violin, 3D violin. Thank you so much.
Hello everyone, we're here at Namm. My name's Esteban and this is my co-founder Harrison. And we have just launched a new collaborative repertoire practice app named Clair Music. And I'll turn it over to my co-founder to tell you a little bit more about what it does.
So the easiest way to think about our app is that it's the Discord for music. Our motto, as you can see, is learn better together. Because we're at university, at Duke University, we were playing piano in the common rooms, but we really felt that practice was such a lonely journey and we really want to open it up to the community. So come check us out on our website, come download the app so we can all learn better together. So welcome to the app. On the left-hand side, we have what we call Clair spaces, which are people plus music. On the right of that, you have the music, which is associated with the Namm space. And if I swipe over to the right, I see all the people that are users of this space. In the center here, we can see the sheet music. We've got some fun little tools such as a metronome, Pomodoro method to help you focus, and material such as a little demo video over here that you can swipe around to help you learn. You can take audio recordings directly from the sheet music, and you can also, what we've unveiled are text channels. So if I click over here, I can send messages to everyone in the space. I can send audio recordings, videos, and I can also link back to the sheet music such that when I click this message here, it goes directly back into the sheet music. That's a little short promo of the app, but I hope you enjoy it.
All right, now we're here with Dizzy. Dizzy, this is a pleasure to meet you.
Oh, nice to meet
Wonderful, thank you so much. And Dizzy has thought about something that is very practical for everybody that has a studio setup and doesn't know what to do with their keyboard, and even more stuff that is important and should be available at all times, but is flexible to move. So Dizzy, why don't you tell us what you've come up with? This is so amazing. Thank you.
Sure thing. Well, what we've invented here is like a new multi-plane workspace that's height and angle adjustable, but it floats the keyboard on this chariot system nice and smoothly, and it hides all the cabling underneath the system. Plus, it gives you all the room controls that you need that are never considered with these kind of workstations. You can select your mains, your near fields, you can fold down the mono, you can mute the room, you can dim the room, you can select your source, and you can even have this gold button to talk to the talent. And the microphone is built into the unit, and it moves for anybody who needs to use it as well. But that's pretty much what we've done.
Wow, that is awesome. Now let me ask you a few questions. If people have different table sizes and lengths, do you have custom lengths for them, or is there one size available right now?
Right now, it's just a 48-inch workspace.
48-inch?
Which fits most 3 modules. Okay. But it also has a variability of length this way, but not width, because it has to go up and down through a channel. But it's made out of 2080-2020 aircraft aluminum, which is very, very easy to get and customize. Our parts will snap right onto it.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much. Where can people find more information on the product and get in touch with you?
We're doing a Kickstarter right now, and our QR code is right there. That probably won't translate well to video, but if you search for Dizzy's Lab presents the Ravenclaw on Kickstarter, that's us.
All right, Kickstarter project right now for everybody that wants it. Is the Kickstarter project, what process are we in right now on Kickstarter? It's just early stage, or is it already funded? And
with Namm. We did our grand opening with Namm.
Okay, awesome. So wonderful. Thank you so much, Izzy. Pleasure.
Thank you so much, hon. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Hi, my name's Gene, and I think I'm showing off our new video synthesizer. We're at Namm 2023, and my company's Entropy & Sons, and this is our new product. It's been in development for 4.5 years, and it is coming out the week of June 26th. So we're really excited to show it to you. So this is the entire thing. This is a video synthesizer. It's not a super common type of device, but it's kind of set up like an audio synthesizer, but it makes video animations as opposed to audio. So yeah, this is the entire thing. Right now it's getting audio from the laptop, and it's getting video from this camera, so you can kind of see I'm interfacing with it right here. And you see these radial circles, that's doing frequency analysis on the audio. So it's designed to basically be something that you can plug into a laptop, plug into an audio source, plug into a video display, and immediately have visuals for your band, your DJ, your venue, anything like that. But if you want to, you can actually dive down into it, and it can get really sophisticated. So it's not playing video loops, it's generating all the content in real time algorithmically, so you can change things around, like this kind of zooms. This is a width control, and there's various other controls. Like for this one instrument, there's about 100 different things you go inside and tweak. You can also set up animations, like internal oscillations and stuff. And if at any point in time you see something you like, you can save, and it has a very wide collection of presets, which are things that we've already made. So let me just click on something else. So this is another patch. It's got the camera hooked up too. It's also responding to audio. I've got a couple more on here that we've made just for the event. So this is another nice one. That whole kind of square over there is based on the audio, and it's very customizable. I could move that square around and things like that too. So that is the basic overview of what the thing can do. Let me just click on a couple other presets just to show some of the capabilities. So this is going to trigger some animation. Yeah, so most people that do professional quality visuals these days are either using Resolume or Touch Designer or some kind of software on a laptop, or they have a visual guy that's just kind of taking care of it. But we know there are a lot of people that are not in the place where they can either know enough about computers and this kind of technology to actually use it really well, or as well as a professional can, or you just can't hire a full-time visual guy. So we're trying to make something that's like easy to use, but still like accessible to pretty much anybody that has some kind of like music that they need to get some visuals for. And that's kind of what we've done right here. So the device is designed to interface with most existing hardware. It has 8 CV jacks on the back. They're Eurorack standard, 0 to 10 volts. It has 5-pin MIDI in and out, and it can also host any arbitrary like MIDI USB controllers. So I've got a controller hooked up right here. That's just hooked up a couple range of parameters, and you see right now it's got a kind of a Hall of Mirrors thing going on with the camera. So it's just one patch that we have here. So the entire UI is like remappable. You can remap these buttons. You can remap the knobs. You can save the macro settings per patch. So if you have like a collection of controls that are really good for a certain like patch, you can like just load those right up in the UI. You can stream video to it from anything that outputs HDMI. So let me click on this patch. So you see right now it's using the camera as an input video source. So I have a video loop that's playing on this laptop, and I can swap over to using external video. So now it's kind of using this video as like a modulation source. It's actually, I think, extracting the luminance channel and using that to trigger an effect. So if you have like video loops, or if you're using Resolume or you have any other hardware, you can just stream that directly into here and use this kind of as like a processing unit, just to add more like symmetry and color effects and do things like that. So, yeah. So internally, the device is, we call it semi-modular. It's made by a whole bunch of video modules that are kind of wired together that kind of process video in their own way and end up making this result. And you can go in, you kind of swap out some of the modules and customize the modules. This right here is changing the colorizing layer, so now it's just a different color palette. And you can go in and customize it in a whole bunch of different ways. Like you could dive into the color palette and see that it's made of a lighting module, an effect, and a whole bunch of other things. So you can really dive down and get into it. The reason we call it semi-modular is that you can't rewire all the modules, but you can entirely switch out the modules, and we call those instruments. So this is a completely different effect chain. It still uses the same kind of UI, the same kind of paradigm, but it's a totally different artistic like content. So let me just load a patch here. So this is responding to the audio that's coming through here, and yeah, you can kind of control it in the same way. You can either have it just automated and kind of go on its own, or you can have somebody sitting there and actually playing with it, or the DJ can like trigger patch changes or something. There's many ways to control it. So yeah, I think that's the general overview. It's been in development for a couple years. Again, it's coming out the last week of June. It's in manufacture right now, and yeah, it's retailing for $1,200. It is and we also have a promo code for this week only. It's Namm 2023. That's capital Namm.
Yeah, so this instrument is the Nether Blade, as you can see, and it has multiple interfaces. It's all about pitch bend. So this is a keyboard. It can also be a grid. Or, alternatively, it can be a guitar. That's pretty much it in a nutshell. So that's the Nether Blade. It's a touchscreen interface. It does pitch bend. It does articulation. It does everything, and it looks cool. Yeah, so my website is netherblade.com, and you can find me on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I'm everywhere you can find it.
Hi, my name's Aaron Gallagher. I'm from Freakport. We're an Australian-Danish company reinventing analog by making products which are hardware-based but work as plugins within your digital environment, your DAW. We work with any DAW. All you need to do to use our product is essentially use a plugin just like you use any other digital plugin, except as I'll show you in a moment, it's actually real analog that's being processed. So we've spent years developing this core technology that enables this to happen, and we're excited to be launching at Namm to the US market. So we're happy to be showing you this here today. So what you see here is Pro Tools running on a Mac M1 processor. We have our product which is connected to the computer via a single USB cable. And then we have a track. We've got it set up so we're actually running two instances of the plugin. One is on the master main outputs. You can see our plugin, and one is on a vocal track. In the vocal track, it's just a mono, so we've selected one tube for that instance. If we want to, we can actually add a third instance and use the other tube for that. Or we could have 4 instances of one tube on each. Of course, when it's one tube, it's mono. When it's 2 tubes, it's stereo. In this particular case, what you see, or always what you see, is what's inside the hardware. So, you know, we've got this little eye helper, which shows you the signal path. We've got 2 filters inside here, which are digital hardware-based filters. Aside from the digital filters, everything else in this path is analog. So we have the drive circuitry going into the tubes with a harmonics control. So we actually control the harmonics, and you can see there's a visual representation of that. We have an analog mixer per tube, so you can mix in parts of the dry signal with the saturated tube path. Yeah, and then essentially we have an assignment. So for convenience, we have 8 controls on the product, knobs, which can be assigned to most parameters universally within any instance of this for flexibility. So you can use this for mastering, putting on bus tracks, or putting on individual instruments. You know, people will use this for mastering. People can use it for just mix down, or actually just for songs. So we have that flexibility. So yeah, also we have on the parallel path, there's an invert which is pretty unique because you can essentially use the invert to add, which essentially subtracts from the distorted signal. And what's left over is the pure distortion without the fundamental, which gives some really interesting effects for the more creative types. So yeah, in a nutshell, that's the product. And of course, with total recall, when you save your track, reopen it again, everything is there exactly how you left it, which is something that's very special for analog, we feel. Great, and this the product, the FT1, is now available for purchase. You can get more information at www.freqport.com. We're obviously launching in US. The product is available through Vintage King in the US, yeah, that's the important details.
Hi everyone, I'm Dai from InstaChord. We are from Japan, Tokyo, Japan. We're here with a new product. It's called InstaChord. What's unique about this product is that all you need to do is press one button and give it a quick strum, and it gives you all your guitar chords with just one simple button. No finger pain, no changing strings, no tuning involved. So we're on the guitar tone, but we can also change keys very easily by pressing side buttons. We're in the key of D, key of E, etc. Same thing. And then we can also change instruments. We're listening to what's we're using in the sound engine inside, but now we're piano or strings, or we can go as far as playing drums. Yeah, so that's the InstaChord in a nutshell. It also does USB, so we're not limited to the sound engine inside. You can also connect to the computer and play your favorite software instruments. Where you can also go out through here. We have an output jack, so you can use headphones or you can play through an amp. It has an internal speaker. It's a little too loud today, so we won't hear the speaker. But if you're at home, that'll be more than enough. So yeah, that's the InstaChord. I think it's great for beginners who wants to start learning instruments without all the hassle of learning music and all the pain involved. It's a great way. And also even for advanced and musicians, advanced people, engineers, producers, they want to track their songs. It'll be great. Right now, we're only selling in Japan currently, but that's why we're here. We released our new product on Indiegogo. This is our first outlet to the world. So please check it out on Indiegogo, InstaChord. It's got a lot more detail. I just scratched the surface. You'll get a lot more information from this website. So please check it out. InstaChord, we're from Japan, and I hope you like it. Thanks.
Now we're here with Mike. Mike, it's a pleasure to meet you. This is great. So there has been Checktrip, a company that's providing collaboration tools for musicians to wherever you are, whatever location you are, you can play together. You can do a lot of other things together. Mike, why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, Jacktrip's been around for a few years, but we've been changing things quite a bit over the last few years. We're making it much easier to use, much more accessible, and it's a free software. You don't need to have any hardware. You can just use the software that you download, or you can even use any web browser. So that's the new thing that we've launched, is the ability to connect to studios from any web browser on a mobile device or a Chromebook even.
Awesome. You show us something?
Yeah, so last year at Namm, Jacktrip was an audio-only solution. Since then, we've added the ability to connect any camera so that you can join via video as well. We're using the same low latency technology to connect the video that we use for the audio. Another great feature that we've launched just in the past week is the ability to connect not only with the software that you can download on Mac or PC, but actually using any web browser. So if you have a browser on a mobile device even, or a tablet, or here in this case I'm using a Chromebook, you can now use this to connect directly into the room. And this makes it a lot more accessible to more people that are out there who don't necessarily have PCs or computers, or just prefer to use their Chromebooks. Certainly Chromebooks are very available to a lot of students for education. We've seen a lot of great adoption for music lessons. And for the first time ever, you can now connect video and audio with extremely high quality audio, very low latency, all through your browser. and it's way easier to use and it's easier to use than Zoom, and it's free software, so you don't have to buy any hardware.
All right, I'm here now with Chris from Mobile Studios. What a pleasure. This is awesome. We just ran into each other. And you have something very interesting for everybody that wants to record vocals. And not just that, it is something, it's mobile, so it can be anywhere. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it, Chris? It's exciting to be here.
Thank you, Robert. We have Mobile Studio USA, and the Mobile Studio USA serves all of the studios, and it serves all of the stars and anybody who wants to do a voiceover on location. Maybe they aren't able to come into the studio, or maybe they're out of town, or maybe they want to do an ADR at the studio.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, so while they're shooting, and so we provide quiet, peace and quiet in any location, minus 50 dB.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's really, truly peace and quiet. And we do a lot of voiceover work in there. Many voiceovers since 2007.
Since 2007, so you got quite some experience.
Yeah, we like to say we figured it out.
Oh, wow. How many of these mobile trailers do you have right now currently?
Well, right here today, we are here to actually talk to many of the vendors here, because we believe that people's products like the expensive microphones or expensive violins, that they deserve to be an environment where they can actually hear their instrument or their product.
Absolutely.
In a good environment. And so that's why we're here, because we're ready to build these out
for the next level. Okay, so you have a prototype, and that is actually outside, right next to a building here at the Namm.
We'd love to show the viewers later tonight.
Oh yeah, great.
Yeah, down the street in action. We've got several people recording some tracks tonight.
Oh, great! Yeah,
they're bringing in their Pro Tool file.
Awesome.
We've got a rapper, country western singer, another vocalist, a cellist. So it'll be a lot of
wow, that'd be definitely fun.
Yeah.
Definitely check it out. You have also a model here of the trailer that you built already.
This
we'll take a look at that.
1/5 scale model.
Yeah.
Actually a 3D printed scale model. And
Yeah.
it actually shows this room is 6 by 6.
Yeah.
And it's 8'6" high.
Okay.
This room is the control room.
Wow.
And it is plug and play, which is important because the possibilities of what this trailer can do are endless, depending on what you want to do. Green screen? Well, we can do that.
Oh, wow.
Mixing for the Grammys, which we've done often.
Okay.
We can do that. You want to record voiceover, ADR, we've got it all. So it's
wow.
plug and play.
Wow.
Whatever you want, we've got all the equipment.
That's awesome. So the actual studio part, the recording booths, that can be changed to green screen setup and things like that. Oh, awesome. That's great. Awesome. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Well, we'd love to see it. Thanks so much. Definitely. Very interesting. Chris, that was a pleasure. Thank you. Now we're here with David. David, this is a pleasure.
Hey, thanks for having
Awesome. Thanks for letting me try this. Now, how did you come up with that? Where do you offer it? And what can people use it for, especially, or where do you think it's going to be placed at?
Yeah, you know, as a kid, I was left alone a lot. So I found myself watching a lot of science fiction television and movies.
Okay.
They've been promising us holograms for years. The Jetsons,
So
Star
true.
Wars, Star Trek, Back to the Future, you name it. So I thought, why not us? Actually bringing holoportation into the real world. We were promised it in TV. Now we're actually doing it in the real life. And we're selling them around the world.
Wow.
Yeah,
I love it.
Proto's being used by H&M and malls and retail locations, Christian Dior, beaming hologram mannequins.
Yeah.
Doing it, but here we're at Namm because musicians love this.
Absolutely.
Musician from her own, she could be performing her guitar in her living room, and we could be beaming her onto 10 stages.
That's awesome.
Yep.
It's great. Couple questions I have. So the screen size, is this the maximum screen size, or just in terms of like understanding a little bit what are the capabilities? And
Yeah, so we can actually panel our screens together. So you
Okay.
can create unlimited size.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you could create a whole stage basically of virtual performers that are somewhere else and project them there.
Yep. That is true. You can create any size. We've got smaller units for the home. We've got larger units for any location. And they're portable, so they could go anywhere.
Awesome. Now, a little bit about the technology for everybody who's not so familiar. How does it work, and Probably you're not giving out all the specifics, but at least a little intro maybe about the stuff, how it works, and how did you get that far from your dream and idea as a child to make it come happen?
Well, before I started this company, I used to run a hologram entertainment company, mostly using Pepper's Ghost, which was the same stuff that put Tupac on stage at Coachella in 2012. So we were bringing all these dead people back to perform. And 99 out of 100 times, people would say to me, can you shrink them down into single, passenger holoportation machines? So that's what we did. We shrunk them down. They look like hologram jukeboxes now. And we do have a proprietary software that allows us to beam you from wherever you are to anywhere in the world.
Wow.
And it's like making a hologram telephone call. So you just basically dial a hologram phone number and you can send yourself in real time.
Wow.
Anywhere in the world. And you can see them and you can interact with them because every one of our devices has cameras and sensors and microphones. Everything's built right in.
I love that. Do you see that in the future in everyone's living room?
Yeah, I do.
I can imagine this is a new way of getting more the real feel of someone on a video conference, or that's why I ask if you can put it on a big stage or something where they have a concert in Japan and you want to have it here with a real feel to it, like you can see people like in more dimension.
We're doing it. We're beaming artists all over the world.
Okay, great.
Yeah, and they're and after the concert's over, they can beam into meet and greets and VIP experiences. And have real close-up interaction.
Yeah, wow, I love it. That's amazing. Yeah. So, how do we get people in touch with you? And you have a website?
Yep, protohologram.com, @protohologram on everything.
All right. Thanks so much. That's awesome. So now we're here with Arash. Arash, a pleasure to meet you. You too, man. You have created a synthesizer with a very big interface and very interesting. You want to share a little bit with us what it does, and I give you the mic.
Sure. So this is Astral Synthesizer. It is based on the idea that you load an input into this thing, and it will sequence it for you in a probabilistic way. And you decide what those probabilities are. And for instance, in this case, I have a water sound that is the input, goes through the process, gives you a pad-like output. The output is three-dimensional, and everything here is based on probability. So for your frequencies, for your timbres, for your rhythm, and for the spatialization of the sound around the 3D space. All of these things can be defined using probability functions. These probability functions are dynamic, meaning you can automate them in time, and then you make music just like that by automating probability functions that define sound parameters. That's basically the idea. And yeah, it's called Astral. It is found on www.raindigit.com. So you can download the free trial version as well. And I hope you enjoy.
Hello everybody, this is Tian from Robocool Information Technologies. We are at Namm and we proudly introduce you our wind synthesizer R1. It is self-explanatory why we call it a musical instrument from the future. Beyond its giant RGB lights, you get all you deserve at a $600 price point. It comes with onboard sound bank that can be upgraded by users themselves. It is a qualified MIDI controller that supports Bluetooth MIDI. You can trigger a number of techniques at your fingertips or use the motion control. You get access to a ton of custom settings by connecting to our app. Wind Synthesizer R1 is designed for freshers to gig in 2 weeks. And it has been proven by a number of artists that it can be played really well. Therefore, it is a model with low entry barrier but high potentials. Thank you guys. If you want to buy, check out www.robocool.com, and we're on sale during Namm.
So we're showing you VisiBox. VisiBox is the software we make. We're a company called Space Age, brand new stuff.
VisiBox is a new type of software that we're calling an audio-visual performance environment. It allows you to control audio and visual elements as part of your performance. So VisiBox, that's the interface up here to the right. You can see on the television there. It's set up like a set list. Basically, you can create songs, drag in image files, video files. You can connect cameras, and if you've got backing tracks, you can add those as well, and VisiBox will control all that. We don't make or sell the hardware that's here. We just make the software, but you can control it with all these different types of devices, MIDI devices. If you're a drummer, or if you're a guitar player or bass player and you want to trigger it from a pedal, there's MIDI pedals, or any number of different devices. You can also use a Stream Deck, which gives you some nice visual feedback, showing you the clips before you touch your fingers to them. What else can I tell you? It's very affordable. VisiBox costs $9 a month or $89 a year. We're also doing a giveaway of a lifetime subscription here at the show. If you come by the booth and scan our QR code, you'll be entered to win. What am I leaving out, Daryl? It's new software. We've just been around for about a year. We're still getting the word out about it, and we're excited to see all sorts of the things that people might do with it.
Hi, my name is Thomas from UVI, and I'm here to present our latest product, Percussion Factory, which is based on 8 percussion slots with 8 sequencers. So let me show you. So as you can see on the main page, you have 8 different slots with 8 different percussion sounds. And here you can select the sound you want in each slot from a selection of over 1,000 percussions. And in the edit page, you have access to each sequencer and a lot of sound design parameters for each percussion, including the sequencer. So here you can edit everything. All the shakers and tambourine are sample aligned to the grid, which means that you can have very realistic feeling. So let's hear a few examples. So as you can hear, the presets are very realistic, but we also have a lot of creative presets that are more experimental and electronic. So here on the main page, we have a few global macros, which allows you to control the parameters of the presets. So you have a step divider, intensity, a smart decimate, which allows you to decimate the sequence currently playing, and of course a swing function. And here on the header, you have a small magic wand, which is a smart randomization of the presets and allows you to get unique combinations for the 8 percussion slots. So let's hear a few. Percussion Factory is available on our Sonic Pass of subscription offer, and you can find more information on our website.
Hi, and welcome to NAMM 2023. Ruben Music Man Garcia with you here with Blue Cat Audio, releasing or unveiling some of our newest releases with our Axiom version 2, which is an update to our previous release of Axiom, and then our latest release that will be out soon, which is called Fader Hub. Okay, so this is Axiom version 2, and we've added some new features. One of my favorites is the Easy feature with the letters EZ. When you click on that, it simplifies everything. We're one of the only companies right now that are actually doing this. I haven't seen any other companies with this kind of GUI that simplifies everything. Because personally, for me, when I just want to play, simplifying things just turns off the technical side of my brain So it just lets me focus on playing and only worrying about feel and about touch. So this kind of brings me back to my days of having a pedal board, an amp head. So this it brings me back to a good place where all I want to do is just play. So that's one of my favorite features. Again, is as simple as it may seem, I feel like it's very important for us guitar players, just to make things simple, even if we have the skill or even if we know our way around things. We have our tuner at the top. That's like a rack-mounted style tuner for on the GUI. You can also mute your audio from here. So if you click on that, you can mute the audio so you can tune without hearing the guitar. If we go back to the regular view here, you'll see the rest of what we have on here. So now we've added fully customizable features. For example, now you can color code your pedal board in the pedal board section. So if I go ahead and go to the drop-down menu, I can go ahead and choose select color. You have RGB, so you can pretty much make it almost any color that you like. So for example, if I want to make this like purple, like a dark purple, I can go ahead and do that. So that way when I add other pedals, like let's say I add like this poly vibe here, I can change that color just to keep things nice and tidy and looking good. So if I go to select color, I can go ahead and let's say make this green and a darker shade of green as well. So very neat feature because again, that's very common for us guitar players to keep everything color coded and neat. Just makes things a lot easier. So that's some of our added features. Also, we have a MIDI learn function. So as you can see, these are green. If we add a MIDI foot controller, you can click and assign functions in real time or MIDI learn. Another neat feature, we could use Axiom with pretty much any MIDI foot controller, regardless of age, because I know sometimes we have some old MIDI equipment laying around that we can repurpose. So you can use that to switch between sounds, switch between parameters, turn pedal boards on and off, switch amps, all that good stuff. And also, one of the great features of Axiom is our multi-core processing mode. So if you have a multi-core machine, which most machines are now, you can go ahead and turn on multi-core engine, and that actually uses all the cores in the machine for the processing, which just makes things a lot smoother with the CPU. It's already pretty CPU friendly. I'm actually running this at 128, and it's running very smoothly. But it runs even better with the multi-core engine engaged. Also, I'm going to get into some of the other features. For our presets, you can either find them via the drop-down menu, or you can actually go to a search. So in the search function, you can just go ahead and type in, actually you can go to factory presets, and then you can choose styles. So for example, if I want surf, I can go ahead and do that. And now we have something called surf mood. Or let's say if I want something more on the bluesy side, I can go ahead and type in blues, and it comes right up. So again, you could just kind of just hit the ground running, not have to get too technical, and find the sound to start with. And then from there, you can customize. So like, let's say if I choose this crunch blues, I can add or remove pedals. And then if I want to save that, I can go ahead and save it as a preset. So a good way to start and then build from there. On the amp section, you can also customize the amplifier itself. So if you go to this icon here with an E, it allows you to see all the parameters of the amp. So you can actually change the preamp section. You can change the filter section. You can even add a noise gate if you have a noise issue. That tends to be the problem with single coils or certain kinds of passive pickups. So you can throw in a noise gate if you're having some issue with that, which is pretty cool. Or as I like to do, I just bypass the noise gate entirely because I like it to feel natural like a real amp. And also you can customize, let me go ahead and go back. So you can actually customize the entire look of the amp as well. So you can change the grill cloth, you can change the grill, the knobs, everything, make it completely customizable to your liking. And there's also presets for the individual amps themselves. So if you like the setup, you can just change the preset for the amplifier and bank through different ones. And these are pretty much the features of Axiom. I'm going to go ahead and move on to our newest addition, which is the Blue Cat's Fader Hub, which will be released pretty soon. And the cool thing about Blue Cat's Fader Hub is it allows you to use your computer's built-in networking protocol to send audio back and forth. So for example, this Mac Mini here is connected via network at the network switch here. There's one located under the screen here. So these two computers are connected via network. And basically, if I unmute this channel here, I have the PC running on this channel, which I called Drum PC. If I unmute that, it'll go ahead and send the audio from the PC, which is a drum loop, to my Mac Mini. And then also, if I play the guitar, it's being fed back into the PC via network at low latency. You can also, when you host audio in each channel strip, you can actually host any plugin of your choice, not just ours. So you can do any VST, AU, or VST3 on that channel strip. So this will be released soon. This is the preview version. And so far, we've had nothing but positive feedback from folks. And they're extremely excited to check it out and also to send audio back and forth between different DAWs and different computer platforms. So cool stuff. Nothing but positive reviews. We're very happy with this product, and I'm glad all of you are happy with it as well. And I hope you guys get a chance to try it out for yourselves and with any system that you may have. So this is Mac and PC compatible. And like I said, you can send between different DAWs, multiple computers at low latency. So that is our Blue Cat's Fader Hub and our version 2 of Axiom. And yeah, keep an eye out. We'll be sending an announcement pretty soon of the release. So once it's out, please go ahead and check it out. Please enjoy the rest of your NAMM.
Hi everyone, I'm Kevin Ochoa. I'm here at the music marketing booth at NAMM 2023. I'm here with ImageLine and presenting FL Studio. We have lots of great new features with FL Studio. One of them is LuxRiff, which I'll show you all about. Now I'm going to play back a little bit of the demo song with Bombs Away and Kara. All right, let's play back some of the track. Okay, so that's the introduction of the song. Now, what I want to show you is this reverb routing trick. So you see here that in this demo track, they use Fruity Reverb too. And they use the wet parameter over here, and they use the Fruity Panomatic and filter that to create movements inside of the track. Now, what I'm going to do is get rid of these two plugins and just use one to do the same thing. And this new plugin that I want to show you is called LuxRiff. It's quite an incredible piece of software. It's built into FL, and it's the newest reverb in our lineup. Let me solve the vocals. So the leads. Remove the delay. So now we hear that vocal from Kara that's being processed by the LuxRiff. Now, what if we want to create like a ducking effect? We can do so using the envelope shaper. Let's click presets. Go to Duck, Big Roomy Warehouse. So now whenever Kara stops singing, we have a reverb that's increased in amplitude. Why? Because we have an envelope engaged on the wet signal. Now, we can use the threshold, the scale, and the decay to dictate how much we're going to compress and how quick that compression is going to be removed. So there we let a little bit more reverb through. To me, it sounds a bit more natural. What I would also do is increase the decay a bit, make it a little bit less bright, and increase the size and increase the diffusion. And it sounds so natural. Okay. There's also a feedback section and an EQ section, so you can create other effects. And there's also really cool freeze and sustain function here. Let me show you that. If you can hear there, we sustained or we froze that part in the audio signal. If I go back to normal, we're going to have the decay. Let's try it out again. I like to rest on vowels because you can really hear the pitch and the tone of the vocal or the instrument that you're freezing. Let's go back to normal, and then I'll show you the sustain feature. This one kind of like gets all the data information that you're putting in, all the harmonic information, and sustains it all. So you see that it picked up everything, and it's clinging onto everything. When I press normal, we're going to decay again. These parameters are all automatable, so you can do really crazy effects that you would not be able to do with other reverbs. There's also the sidechain inputs, so you can have, let's say, a kick track directly on sidechain to your vocals and have this plugin on your vocals. So you don't have to put this on a reverb send and then put this compressor on it and do all this other extra work. So this not only sounds great, but it's very beneficial to your workflow. Thank you all for joining us here at Music Marketing booth, along with ImageLine. And you guys saw the Luxverb plugin built into FL Studio. I hope you enjoyed the video, and make sure you subscribe to the channel, stick around, and check out the ImageLine products at www.imageline.com. All right, talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Hi guys, we're here showing Soothe live on Avid S6L. This is an exclusive plugin specifically made for Avid S6L platform. It was ported over from the Soothe 2 plugin that's very popular in the studio world. Ollie, who developed that plugin, has created the Soothe Live plugin because he's a live mixer. He wanted to use it in the live environment. They did 3 years worth of work developing this plugin to get the latency down so it would be usable in the live world. So it's an incredibly unique plugin. They call it a dynamic suppressor, or resonant suppressor is actually the word that they use. Similar to a dynamic EQ and a multiband compressor, but it has much more higher resolution. So you can do some really cool stuff with this plugin. I've been here for the past 3 days. Everybody walking by saying it's magic in a box. It's an incredible plugin. I've just started playing with it over the past few days, and there's just incredible things you can do with it. Whether it's on a single channel, across the left, right, however you want to use it, there's a lot of flexibility in it. And it works just like any of our other plugins that are running native on the DSP. You install it on the console. You can get roughly three of these instantiations per our DSP chip, and it's a fantastic plugin. Thanks all.
Hey everybody, this is Synaptic at the Namm Show 2023 in Anaheim. We're showing, you won't believe it, Orange Vocoder, and it will be shipping now on May 1st. Yes, the 237-year 4-month and 8-day wait is over. We finally got it together. And let me show you how awesome it sounds. Here's a little vocal we've prepared.
Systematic breakdown. Freeze, this is a shakedown. Hope y'all are awake now. We can get down.
It's a different vocal than we showed last year. Some people complain that we always use the same vocal. Let me show you the vocoder.
Systematic breakdown. Freeze, this is a shakedown. Hope y'all are awake now. We can get down.
It sounds really cool. You should check it out in the studio. It has 24 different modes, ranging from analog modeling to FFT-based stuff, similarity searching, like independent component analysis, wavelets, speech modeling, you name it, it has it, and it has more than you can probably name. We've also completely reworked the synthesizer from being just a little waveform thingy to a fully fledged modern virtual analog synth, including FM, ring modulation, a ladder filter emulation, lots and lots of modulation options, and a big, badass unison mode. Let me switch that on, actually, because it sounds so nice. Maybe you can hear it on the video.
Schematic breakdown. Freeze, this is a shakedown.
You get the idea. Huge and wide. And yeah, it has got so many features. I'm not going to go into them right now. But I trust you'll check out the free trial that will be available the second the thing hits the stores on May 1st. There'll be an intro offer at $149. The regular is going to be $249, so do not wait, do not hesitate, go grab it. Thanks for watching. Have a great show.